You wake up every day thinking it's just a little stiffness, a bit of fatigue, normal for your age, right? Except it isn't. Those tiny aches and forgetful moments are the first cracks in a foundation that's quietly collapsing. Right now, you could be making 7 deadly mistakes that are slowly draining your energy and shortening your life without you even realizing it. Today, we're exposing these hidden habits so you can break free before it's too late. The hidden killers of your health. 1. Chronic sleep deprivation. The slippery slope you never saw coming. You've likely heard it 1,000 times. Older people don't need as much sleep, right? That's a myth, and a deadly one. Consider how a terrible night's sleep makes you feel groggy, irritable, drained. Now, multiply that by 365 nights a year for several years in a row. If you're short even a single hour each night, that's hundreds of lost hours of deep, restorative rest. Time you never get back. In those lost hours, your brain doesn't perform critical cleanup, your heart doesn't relax, your cells don't repair. You're effectively accelerating the clock on heart disease, stroke risk, and dementia. Why does this happen so silently? Because sleep is intangible. You can't see the immediate harm. There's no alarm going off if you only get 5 hours. You think you're fine, you function, you manage your day, but your body is crumbling behind the scenes. Your immune system weakens, leaving you prone to infections. Your memory starts to fray at the edges, and your mood sours. You chalk it up to just age, never realizing you're depriving yourself of your body's most fundamental lifeline, quality sleep. It's no exaggeration to call sleep your personal shield against the diseases that prey on older adults: heart attacks, strokes, cognitive decline. Sleep is what fortifies you. Every hour you skip is an hour you let your defenses down. So if you're used to staying up late or waking up too early, convinced you just don't need it, you're forging your own path to faster aging. 2. Not drinking enough water. Slow dehydration, rapid decline. You assume if you're not thirsty, you're hydrated. But at 70, your body's thirst mechanism dulls, and your mind stops giving you urgent signals. Meanwhile, your cells shrivel from lack of moisture, your joints stiffen, and your heart laboriously pumps thicker blood. Think about water's roles. It stabilizes blood pressure, keeps cartilage cushioned, carries nutrients to your organs. Dehydration makes your blood more viscous, forcing your heart to beat faster and harder to maintain circulation. Over time, that's a crushing load on your cardiovascular system. And that's without even mentioning the effect on your brain. Mild dehydration can shrink brain tissue, speeding up confusion, forgetfulness, even early stages of dementia. Look in the mirror. Notice your skin, drier, thinner, more lined than you remember. Yes, some of that is normal aging, but a frightening portion might be because you rarely reach for a glass of water. Subtle daily dehydration compounds over years, quietly eroding your vitality. It's so easy to fix, yet so often overlooked. And ignoring it doesn't just cost you comfort, it can cost you clear thinking and healthy years. 3. Not moving enough. Your muscles rust. While you watch, you might feel it's too painful to move much, but not moving makes it infinitely worse. Your joints, designed for regular use, seize up. Your muscles atrophy, weakening your strength and balance. You become a candidate for dangerous falls that can land you in rehab or a nursing home. Picture your body like an old machine. If it runs daily, it stays oiled, flexible, and responsive. If it sits in the garage unused, the gears lock up, rust sets in, and eventually, nothing works. That's what a sedentary lifestyle does to you after 70. It's not taking it easy, it's accelerating the breakdown of everything that keeps you independent. Your legs, your back, your lungs. And the effect is cumulative. Each day you skip meaningful movement is another day your body says, "We aren't needed," discarding muscle fibers, stiffening cartilage, and dulling reflexes. One day, you'll find you can barely climb the stairs or lift a bag of groceries without gasping. If you don't address it now, tomorrow's going to be harder, until you reach a point of no return. What doctors won't tell you for, suppressing your emotions, the stress bomb eating you alive. Stress is normal, you say. Everyone feels it. Yet each time you feel anger and push it down, each time sadness weighs on you and you keep silent, you subject your body to a flood of cortisol. This hormone, in short, is poison in large doses. It corrodes arteries, weakens your immune defenses, and accelerates cognitive decline. Ever noticed how a big argument or a period of depression leaves you physically exhausted? That's your body under attack from within. Over years, suppressed emotion kills you slowly, raising blood pressure, straining your heart, fueling anxiety, and sapping mental energy. You brush it off as part of growing older, but it's not. It's self-inflicted damage from emotional shutdown. You might think you're being strong by not complaining, by not burdening others with your feelings. But that same strength can unravel your health. Without healthy outlets, talking to someone, finding a calming practice, acknowledging your anger or sorrow, your mind and body bear the brunt. You start losing patience, feeling distant, even forgetting simple tasks. Before you know it, you've lost your spark for life, and all that's left is resentment and loneliness. 5. Social isolation. The quiet, merciless killer. Maybe you've stopped calling your friends or canceled a couple of family get-togethers because it feels like too much trouble. Or you worry you'll be a burden or that people are too busy for you. You might think staying alone is simpler. In reality, you're pushing yourself off a ledge. Research proves that seniors who sustain an active social circle and genuine connections live significantly longer, with sharper minds and a more positive outlook. Those who retreat into isolation face a cascade of problems: depression, memory decline, even a higher risk of mortality. Why? Because social interaction keeps your brain engaged. It challenges you, nourishes your emotional needs, and combats the destructive force of loneliness. Think about the times you've genuinely laughed with someone. Your mood lifts, your energy soars, and you feel alive. Cut that out of your routine, and your mind starts to dull. You might say, "I like my peace." But is it truly peaceful, or is it just a slow drift into oblivion? But the scariest mistake is yet to come, because it targets not just your body, but the very drive that keeps you going. The final, most dangerous habit 6, waking up without a purpose, the rapid slide into oblivion. You open your eyes, and there's nothing on your mental to-do list except exist. You have no plan, no reason to push forward. This emptiness is more lethal than you'd ever imagine. Purpose is not just a buzzword. It's the psychological fuel that tells your body to keep trying. Without a sense of direction, your brain issues a silent command: "We're done here." Muscles weaken faster, your mind becomes stale, and your motivation to stay healthy crumbles. Remember being excited for something? Anything? A new skill, an upcoming event, a creative project, or even just the joy of teaching a grandchild how to cook a favorite dish? That excitement is what made you jump out of bed. Lose that, and you lose the spark that fends off mental decay. You start drifting day after day, until one morning it feels like you're waiting, just waiting for your heart to give out. So pick something, no matter how small. Maybe you want to master a new recipe, or write down your life stories, or become that gardening grandparent who grows the best tomatoes. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you have a reason to exist, something to get you out of bed that isn't just routine. Because without purpose, you're not just bored, you're accelerating your own end. 7. Ignoring the first warnings. The mistake you don't get a do-over. For a subtle ache in your chest, a faint spell that passes after a minute, a name you can't recall for the life of you. They seem so minor, so you shrug, saying, "It'll go away." But what if it doesn't? What if that slight chest pain is a harbinger of a heart issue that could strike without warning next week? What if that moment of dizziness signals a circulation problem that could lead to a massive stroke next month? The body rarely screams in the beginning. It whispers, hoping you'll listen before it's forced to knock you down. Too many people wait until symptoms are too severe to manage, stumbling into the ER when the damage is already done. And by then, you're at the mercy of hospital machines, surgeries, or permanent disability. Why let it get that far? You might argue you have time, that it's never too late. But in reality, every day of ignoring these warning signs narrows your options. That mild numbness or fleeting confusion you dismiss as age might be your final chance to catch something lethal before it's unstoppable. Your final choice: act or give up. Look at these 7 habits. Chronic sleep deprivation, not drinking enough water, not moving enough, suppressing emotions, social isolation, living without purpose, and ignoring early warnings. They don't seem dramatic, right? But each one chisels away at your strength, your spirit, and your capacity to live a fulfilling life. So what are you going to do about it? Keep brushing them aside, hoping age will be gentle? Or take control, starting now, because these are the years you can still influence. You can adopt better sleep routines, stay hydrated, move more, face emotions head on, reach out to people, set goals, no matter how small, and see a doctor at the first sign of trouble. Yes, it takes effort, maybe even stepping outside your comfort zone, but it's a fraction of the effort compared to battling heart disease, fracturing a hip, sinking into loneliness, or losing your memories altogether. Time is short, but it's not gone. You have the power to add not just years to your life, but life to your years. The question is, will you?